You're not stuck.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. I want to give a reminder to you guys. You're not stuck, okay? You may think that you're stuck right now, and you may feel like nothing's moving, nothing has momentum, nothing has energy. Well, it's you who has to create that energy. It's you who has to create that momentum, okay? Understand that we live in 99.99999% empty space, okay? So if we zoom into atoms, and we zoom into that and we keep going, we find that there's empty space. There's nothing that scientists don't have a word for this yet, right? And atoms are constantly vibrating. So because atoms are constantly vibrating, how does it make sense to say that you are stuck? You're not. The nature of reality is not stuckness, it's movement. It's a constancy of movement. It's the vibrations going like this. So what we say is stuck may actually be our old patterns being reprinted through our own experiences, our learned responses, right? We convince ourselves that we're stuck. We make it a human-made or man-made concept that we're like, oh, I'm stuck now. I guess I can't get out of this quicksand. Yes, you can. And you have been doing it consciously or unconsciously. You see, time hasn't caught up to your momentum yet. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have old storylines that you're using, trying to adapt to this new storyline that you're living. And that's why it feels like there's this disconnect. Okay? The past and the present or future are in battle with each other. And so this internal conflict, this internal stretch feels uncomfortable, right? It's our self-preservation mechanism. It's our ego saying, you're not safe. You should be worried. You should be worried that things aren't going your way, or you should be worried that, life is going at a very slow pace. But even this suspended animation, the frame rates per second, even in stillness, we're still moving. And once you understand this law of nature, you'll know that you are never stuck. You're not stuck. If you can simply get out of your own way and allow yourself to go into the unknown, to go into that adventure, to go into that little bit outside your comfort zone, into the stretch zone, that's where your life will truly feel like it's beginning. Okay? Because you're being challenged by something, you're being pushed by something. Now, what if you're completely overwhelmed with the reality you're currently living in? Like, it's like, whoa, this is too much for me. I don't have the skills to handle it. This is the challenge skills ratio, right? You want your challenges in your life to match up with the skills in your life. That's it. If I can simplify the flow state, that would be it. But there's lots of little nuances that come into this, right? For instance, how are you communicating with yourself? How are you communicating with others? What are you doing to add novelty to the craft that you're practicing each day? Is it getting boring? Yeah, I have to repeat it, same thing. I started to gain a lot more momentum when I started giving myself the littlest task that I could, right? Like the tiniest task. Like, let's say that you wanted to do yoga, you would just roll out the yoga mat every day so that it gets hardwired and ingrained. So the next time you do it, you feel like actually moving around and doing stuff. But it's not like I have to, it's like I get to. It's happening for me, right? Not to me. And we can say that logically, but it's another thing to actually live that, right? Live from gratitude, live from this joy, to actively push into the joy that we deserve in life, right? Rather than just sitting back and expecting joy or doubting ourselves. Again, Rion Katsu once told me, doubt and expectations are shadows, it holds us back in a certain sense, right? It gets us very trapped and in our heads. So, of course, there's going to be uncertainty on this journey, right? Of course. It's just a part of the package deal, okay? We are here to figure this thing out. We're not here to do it all by ourselves either. We think that, oh, I'm here with this meat vessel. I'm here to only do it based on how I think I'm supposed to do it. No, you're supposed to get help. You're supposed to ask people. You're supposed to get out of your own way, right? And actually see what is the code to improvement. What are other people doing? What am I doing? How can I optimize my uniqueness so that I can show my value through my unique gifts and talents and not get isolated through them, right? Like, these are all just questions on the journey towards life, right? But if you think of flow state, it's a dot. It's not an end point. It's not like the end of the chapter yet. It's never the end of the chapter, in fact. However, a lot of people are self-appointing themselves a conclusion. They're saying like, oh, nah, my journey is over. Well, I'm too old, or I'm too young, or, whatever excuse that you have, right? Oh, no, it won't work for me. Oh, it's just because I live in a location that doesn't allow that. Oh, because, and we just start stacking all of these excuse after excuse after excuse, not taking any responsibility, not being a leader, not stepping up, not being like, hey, I want to change something. Let's go do it now. That energy is missing from culture. So it's time we revitalize that, bring it back, understand that you're not stuck, but your old circumstances are fighting with your new circumstances. And the way that you can have them be friends again is, first of all, you have to understand how you can drop those storylines, or at least take the lessons that you have from that past library and engage it through the now in some way, right? Not to stay in the nostalgia, but to take the nostalgia and make it relevant to the now. It's very powerful stuff. This is just some downloads I'm getting today, but I hope this helps you out. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you, and stay legendary. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral gang.